Hello guys, welcome to the next video tutorial on Java programming for beginners. And in this video we will see what are hash set or sets and how we can use hash set in Java. Earlier in this series we have seen how to use array lists and linked lists in Java, or we can say we have seen how to use list in general in Java. Now hash set belongs to the set category, and the basic difference between lists and sets is that list can contain duplicate elements, but a set can only contain unique elements, so it cannot contain duplicate elements. Now let's see how we can declare hash set. So you need to have this import called import java.util.asterisk, which is a wildcard which includes um, all the classes which are there in the util namespace. And now let's see how we can declare hash set. So hash set starts with the keyword hash set, and then in this angular bracket comes the data type. It can be integer or double or string or the data type of your set. Then comes the name of your hash set or variable name is equal to new, not like this but new hash set, and then once again comes string, and then you can define the length of the hash set. It's optional, and this can be overloaded with the size or different ways. Okay, so whenever you hover over this hash set, you can see how you can use this constructor. Okay, now it generally works in the same way as any list or array list to add elements. So let's see how we can add element to the set. So we will use our name hash set dot add, and then we can add some string. Okay, so for example I want to add some name and some other names. In the same way you can add multiple names or multiple values which are not duplicate values. So Tom, Jack, some other name, some other name. Okay, and now when you compile your program it's okay. But let's say it has a duplicate entry. It will compile, I think, but when you try to access these value it will give you some errors. Okay, so in this way you can use hash set, and to access the values in the hash set, what you can do is you can use iterator. So in the last video we have seen how to use list iterators. In the same way you can use iterators normally, which you can use to iterate over your hash set or set in general, and you just need to use this iterator keyword and then the data type of your list, which is string in my case, then your variable name, for example itr, is equal to your name of your hash set dot iterator. Okay, and then this itr you can use to iterate over your values. For example, I can use while itr dot has next, as we have seen in the last video. If it has next value, then we can use sys control shift and then itr dot not here, but itr dot next, right? itr dot next. In a similar way, you can iterate over the list in reverse order. Let's compile it once. So it iterates over the list and gives or prints our list in ascending order from top to bottom. If you want to print your list in bottom to top order or in reverse order, what you can do is, instead of this has next, you can use has previous. So search for has previous, and then you can iterate over your list in reverse order. Okay, but as we have seen in the last video, that list iterator has previous and previous value. The iterators for the sets doesn't have this has previous and previous value. You can see there is no method called has previous or previous values. Okay, so only list iterators have has previous and previous values, but they have some other method like remove or clear this list. If you want to remove the values, you can use remove or clear method. So for example, I want to clear. Let's iterate over using has next, and before this we will remove some values. So for example, name dot remove. On the basis of object you can remove, or you can remove on the basis of your collection, or you can see these are the options you have to remove the values, right? Or if you want to clear, you can just use name dot clear, and it will clear all the values from your hash set, right? So it will clear all the values, and whenever you run the program, you will not see anything here because it has already been cleared. It has some other methods, so you can see, you can check the size of your list by using dot size method. You can check if the list is empty or not using is empty method. You can use add, we have already seen. You can add on the basis of some conditions, and there are some method you can try which you want to use. So you can just hover over this method and you will be able to see its use when you hover over it. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and bye for now.